Welcome to this explainer. If you're the kind of focused learner who absolutely loves efficiency and structure, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're decoding a tool that's built to completely eliminate travel anxiety and that scattershot safety research we all dread before taking a trip. You know the drill, right? You're hopping between a dozen weather apps, reading outdated travel blogs, digging through really dense government websites. It's exhausting. But what if we could streamline all of that noise into one clear visual format? Today, we're looking at the Travel Risk Calculator, which is a platform designed to help you know the risk before you go. Let's jump right in. So, is your destination safe? It's literally the ultimate traveler's question. We've all been there. You just booked a flight to that city you've always wanted to visit. The excitement is bubbling up, but then that little voice in the back of your head whispers, wait, is it actually safe there right now? Figuring out the true, up-to-the-minute answer usually involves a mountain of stress, cross-referencing a bunch of news articles, and trying to decipher really complex travel advisories. It is just so much noise to sift through. But what if we could take that whole mountain of stress and just shrink it down to almost nothing? 60 seconds. That is literally all it takes for the Travel Risk Calculator to deliver a comprehensive, real-time travel risk assessment for any city in the world. Instead of spending hours going down a rabbit hole on random internet forums, you get a clear, honest score based on real sources in just 1 minute. It's a real game changer. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the platform's absolute commitment to a frictionless experience. Right out of the gate, it highlights 3 massive green flags for any user. It's free, there is absolutely no sign-up required, and there's no tracking of your personal info. In an era where, let's be honest, every single app wants your email address before it even tells you what it does, this tool prioritizes speed, privacy, and immediate value over hype. You just type in a city and it gets right to work. So what does all this actually look like? Well, it translates into a highly digestible output. Rather than hitting you with a wall of confusing statistics, you receive a composite threat score ranging from 0 to 100. So, for example, a score of 36 falls into the moderate category. But it doesn't just leave you with an isolated, abstract number. It pairs this score with a plain English summary, translating all that complex data into a format you can instantly, intuitively grasp. Okay, so here is the crucial point. What do you actually do with this information? Well, the tool doesn't just evaluate risk and leave you hanging. It provides a highly specific, customized briefing. We're talking 3 actionable things to do in the next 24 hours. It identifies the top risk drivers for that specific city, and even better, provides actual mitigations on how to avoid them. It even gives you the local emergency numbers. The whole shebang is designed to confidently guide you through your very first day on the ground with absolute zero guesswork. Now, if you're kind of like me and you're more of a visual explorer, the tool features this really cool global activity map. It uses 2 distinct markers. So filled markers indicate cities where someone has actually submitted a real assessment recently, and that shows a tier based on the latest result. Meanwhile, the hollow rings represent catalog cities. Those just show curated baseline data because they haven't been fully assessed by user recently. And to keep the tool lightning fast, rendering this visual map pulls directly from database counts and timestamps, entirely bypassing any AI queries. It's built for pure speed. Section 1. Under the hood, how the threat score is built. Okay, let's dive into this. Because to trust the score, you really need to understand exactly how it's built. The core of this methodology is kind of like a giant puzzle, combining 2 very different pillars of data. On one side, we have the curated baseline. This includes historically stable data, things like crime indices, government advisory tiers, and overall health or political stability. On the other side, we have live public source intelligence. This is the immediate, right-now data, current weather, sudden disaster alerts, recent news headlines. By juxtaposing that foundational baseline against the live intelligence, the tool paints a completely transparent, well-rounded picture of a city's current safety landscape. And speaking of those real-world sources, take a look at this table. We aren't dealing with hearsay or random social media rumors here. We're talking about heavy hitters. Weather and air quality, pulled directly from Open Medio. Official travel advisories come straight from the U.S. State Department. Crucial disaster alerts are sourced directly from GDACS. That's the Global Disaster Alert and Coordination System. And health notices are piped in from the CDC. This is serious, verified, real-world data driving your assessment. No fluff. Now, I know what you might be wondering. Where does AI fit into all of this? Let's demystify that for a second. The AI here isn't hallucinating facts or just making up danger levels out of thin air. Instead, it acts purely as a synthesizer.
While a baseline score returns in just 1 to 2 seconds, the AI takes about 15 to 30 seconds to weave all those disparate facts from the real-world sources into the plain English briefing prose we talked about earlier. And crucially, this is huge. It ensures that every single claim cites the exact text snippet it was drawn from. It's an organizer, not an author.
So let's look at how this actually plays out across your entire trip. Think of this as the traveler's timeline. You don't just use this thing once and forget about it. During the planning phase, you can check the overall risk from your origin to your destination. In the deciding phase, you can actually compare two cities side by side to see which makes more sense for your trip. Upon arrival, you pull an on-trip briefing for the next 24 hours. And when you're finally on ground, you can do a quick situational check for the specific city you're sleeping in tonight. It adapts to literally wherever you are in your travel journey. But all right, let's take a step back, because as with literally any tool out there, we need a crucial reality check. What is this actually for? And just as importantly, what are its limits? As you can see here, it is highly useful for travel planning, day of arrival briefings, destination comparisons, and pre-trip checklists. However, it is definitively not a substitute for your country's official government advisories, professional medical advice, calling 911 or your local emergency response, or securing proper travel insurance. It is a tool for thorough preparation and situational awareness. It is not a tool for managing a live crisis. Which brings us to our final and honestly super empowering takeaway. The creators explicitly state, it does not replace official travel advisories, it augments them. The briefing always cites the latest official U.S. State Department advisory and links to it. It's all about giving you layers of clear, fast, and organized information so you can travel smarter and with complete peace of mind. So, with all of this rapid-fire intelligence right at your fingertips, I have to ask, what threat score do you think your next dream destination might have? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and until next time, keep learning and travel safe.